Hey kids, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Come on in. As you can see, I am kind of down and regrouping. Been dealing with a lot of heavy cases, people leaving this world on their own hand, children dying. It gets tough. It's very draining on mediums when we do this kind of work. We do pick up a little bit of negative energy along the way. I mean, it is absolutely impossible to protect yourself completely. No matter how I try, I just cannot keep protected completely because we are empathetic. And a lot of you guys are dealing with other people's ailments because a lot of you are empaths, you're psychics, you're sensitives, you're intuitives. And that's what we do. We kind of pick up everybody else's vibe, what's going on. We get busy. We don't clear up that energy completely like we should. Life gets hectic. It goes on, and then we just don't do that. So I haven't been able to get any videos out. So I'm taking some downtime right now. We have been without power today, off and on. So I just figured I would jump on here and make a brief video and talk to you guys about negative energy. Negative energy is all around us. That's the state of the country right now. So many people with TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. I didn't think it was a real thing. It is. Talk to anybody that's intuitive or psychic, and we will tell you that if you hate Trump, there's a late night show host that has been posting horrible things about Melania in his monologue. He has an attachment. Jimmy Kimmel has an attachment. When you can't let something go and hate somebody with that kind of venom, if you're posting every day about Trump this and Trump that on the negative, you have an attachment. If anything disrupts your life that much, you have an attachment. Now, you may not have anything demonic and big. They all start out like little dust bunnies, little gremlins. They kind of get a hold of us, get in our thought patterns. And then as we go through our day-to-day lives and deal with what comes up in our lives, a little more negativity adds to that. And it builds. Then pretty soon these gremlins get bigger. If you have a bad attitude, a negative outlook, those attachments grow a lot faster, a lot bigger. You make it worse. Yeah, just by carrying a negative outlook. It's easy to kind of protect yourself if you just stop and go, it's not in my best interest to hate. It's too fucking simple. Nobody does it. It's not in my best interest to hate. It is a negative energy. It will drag us down. It will take your health down. That's why I'm pointing this out today. So many of you have ailments and illnesses that are almost, I don't want to say a figment of your imagination, but that it's an energetic draw, and they may not be a serious illness yet. It will be if you allow it to maintain, if you keep a negative outlook, if you keep that hate in your heart, it will develop. Cancer is a symptom of anger, bottled up anger. I have seen some of the nicest, gentlest people. I do a lot of hospice work. I've seen them die of cancer. Nice people. Very loving. But they have some anger issue, maybe since childhood, that they never processed, that they never dealt with. It grows. Your health is the barometer of what's going on the inside, your external health. I'm kind of taking some time out. I've been dealing with some heavy cases that I've, couple suicides, some children passing, the heartache that the families go through. So it's been a while since I turned out a video. I thought I'd do one today right here. No hair, no makeup, so I hope I'm not scaring anybody off. At this point, let me get you to hit that like button. Please subscribe. And I'm going to pull some tarot cards here. We're already 6 minutes in, but I will definitely get you guys some of that information that you like that way. But I wanted you to think about the negative energy that you're exposed to on a day-to-day basis. Just going places and bumping into grouchy people. You know what? That negativity clings like lint, like dust bunnies. That's how it starts. If you don't shake it off, if you don't pick up your mindset, if you don't raise your vibrational frequency, which literally is just your emotional state. Are you happy? Are you joyous? Negativity can't get you. Or are you just a Karen? A sour, bitchy Karen. Those are the ones that usually have a lot of health issues. They don't usually talk about it because they've been so miserable and they've been so physically miserable that they don't know any difference. But we do, as mediums, we pick that up. Whether we try to or not, we do. Let's see what else is going on that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The world is drastically changing. It's been coming. Energetically, things are setting us up to realign with a new timeline. Kind of jumping timelines. That's why at times you feel so down, so drained. Kind of today for me, I had to just stop and regroup a little bit. But by just jumping timelines, which literally is just, it's a fancy word for life is going on and things are going to advance and change and be, some things will be corrected and some things will not. We noticed that the Nancy Guthrie case has dropped out of the media. They're not talking much about it. Some of you are following me, only came to me through the Nancy Guthrie video that I did. Welcome, welcome. Hit that like button. But they're throwing other things at us to keep our mind off of what's taking place. Some of you may not have noticed that Pfizer, I got to be careful because they censor this stuff. It could throw me out of the algorithm, and I speak the truth to you guys, so that's why they keep us. Anybody that speaks the truth doesn't get any showtime. You know, they throw you to the back of the list. Pfizer Pharmaceutical came out with a vaccine, and we know how effective and safe those are. Any vaccine. I'm talking to you as a psychic. None of them are any good for us. None of them. But that big company came out with a vaccine for Lyme disease the same time that farmers started finding boxes of ticks in their fields. Kind of funny, huh? In case you haven't followed this stream on ticks and Lyme disease, It was created in a lab. They wanted to throw ticks in the woods to infect hillbillies and rednecks. Rich people don't want you on the planet. You're taking up resources. That's why they're throwing all these vaccines at us, to kind of get us a little bit weaker, and that way we stay in control. We will comply. Like hell we will. That's why I talk to you guys all the time about taking your health into your own hands. Educate yourself. Eat better. Make sure you get some supplements. By the way, here she is. She's regrouping with me. That's Miss Maggie. Anytime I hit the bed, she's right beside me. Anytime I go anywhere, she's right beside me. But take care of your own health. Make yourself the priority. You cannot take care of anybody else if you're not feeling well, up to snuff. So that's why I'm taking a little downtime. I did want to get you guys a video. I am shuffled the cards before I got on screen here. And I will go ahead and pull these cards right now and give you a little outlook for just what's coming to the end of this month. Only a couple more days left in the month. And it's kind of exactly what I just got done talking about. We've got the Ten of Swords. Wrapping up something. Putting something to an end. That's this new phase the whole world is going into. Something brand new. And there was a lot of... The Ten of Swords is about deceit and deception anyway. About being stabbed in the back. That's us. Being stabbed by those big pharmaceutical companies. Literally lying to us over the years. How many of you are taking medications for cholesterol? Not me. Do you know your brain is primarily made up of cholesterol? The studies now about taking those medications, they cause dementia because it shrivels the brain up. It's made to counteract cholesterol. But they don't tell us that. They don't want us to know that. They want us to be weak and compliant. The pharmaceutical companies make big money off of us being ill. They make no money off of us being well. With that Ten of Swords wrapping up a cycle for us, we also have the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of you are really financially, this is kind of referring to a financial issue for a lot of people on a personal level. It has been tough. The economy just stinks on a good day. But that Queen of Pentacles is about finding abundance in other things also. Family, friends, good health, sunshine. Of course, we don't get much sunshine with those chemtrails. If you don't know what chemtrails are, where have you been? It's that spray they put in the air in the skies to weaken us so that we comply. But that Queen is about stepping into a new phase. A lot of you are going to be having some financial upticks where things are going to get a little better for you. Maybe because we've been in this economy long enough that we're learning how to handle our money a little differently, learning how to budget. I was a housing advisor and I taught credit counseling. Many of you don't know what your credit score is. You need it for a lot of things. Your credit score has a lot to do with what you pay on your car insurance. Because if your credit score is bad, the insurance companies look at it like you might be prone to have a claim just for the money. You know, somebody stole your radio, whatever. So your credit score has a lot to do with what you pay for insurance. Your credit score has a lot to do with what you pay for interest when you get a loan. Your interest rate is based on your credit score. If you don't know your credit score, you better find out. It's not that complicated. Well, actually, the scoring system is kind of complicated. But to find your credit score is not that hard. At least you need to know where you're at that way. That Queen of Pentacles is taking us to the Four of Wands. All about things are working out. Things are going to get better. Those wands actually are very much the 1111 card. New beginnings, a lot of things letting us know that we are on the right path. We're going to be okay. It's going to be crappy. We're not going to be able to buy as much with our money. We're not going to be able to get to vacation. I can't tell you when I had a vacation last. Financially, there's a lot of things that we're not going to be able to do. But that's beginning to change because we are becoming used to having a little less money, where to put it, when to put it. A lot of you we've got the Seven of Swords. Some of you are going to be dealing with a little bit of deceit and deception. Many of you, it's just going to be on a family level. Some of you going through divorces and breakups. But that Seven of Swords is about being... Look, he knew it was going on. He rounded up those swords so people didn't have ammunition against him. And he's looking back and walking away. And that's all we need to do is look back and walk away. We also have, this is crazy, the Magician card, because I'm pulling these as I'm talking. A lot of smoke and mirrors going on. Behind the scenes. Did you know that the man that made the most recent attempt on President Trump was actually a driver for Savannah Guthrie? Nobody's brought that up. Oh my. So there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of deception going on. However, that Magician card is saying that you are capable of anything. You are multifaceted. You can learn something new. You have the ability to move forward. The Magician has one of everything. One wand, one sword, one pinnacle, and one cup. These are your God-given gifts. Find out what they are. Figure it out. We have next card that presents itself is, oh, it's crazy, another 7. Absolutely. 7 of Wands. Again, there's some betrayal and deception going on around a lot of you. Could be in a marriage, could be at work. Wands can be a work-related card because you can use that wand to make a shovel handle, a rake, a hammer handle. You get where I'm going with this. So you could be dealing with somebody in the workplace. Somebody that might be a little bit jealous and want your position. That card is also about moving forward and taking the battle on head on. Moving forward with your life. Those two 7s, the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, the 7 represents something spiritual. And many of you are finding your spiritual gifts or new spiritual path. We are finding out that religion is not what Jesus wanted. He did not want us to adore him. He did not want us to gather in buildings. He didn't go to church. Jesus didn't go to church. You know where he hung out? Brothels. Yeah, whorehouses. Trying to find people that needed him. He didn't go in, he flipped the tables by the synagogue. But Jesus didn't want us to adore him that way. He wanted us to follow his principles. But he didn't want us to worship him. Absolutely not. And we should not. We should value, and honor him. Be connected to Jesus. I follow the Christ consciousness. Jesus is a cool dude as a spirit. I'm going to tell you what. I'm Catholic. Or I'm a Reformed Catholic, let me put it that way. Raised Catholic. And there are a lot more Catholic psychic mediums than anything, because we are taught as kids to talk to dead people. Now, the Catholic Church doesn't say that, but they teach us to talk to saints. They're dead people. Duh. So that's kind of how we learn it. We get that, make that connection. But Jesus did not want us to worship him. He wanted us to worship the principles, to do those, the good things, to be kind, to be loving, to be generous. Last but not least, we have the Ace of Swords that comes up. That is about the truth that's going to be exposed. Anything that happens in darkness comes to light. The guy that a lot of you had talked about him earlier, President Trump, a lot of you have that Trump derangement syndrome. I don't care for the guy. I will honor his presidency and his seat. He is doing what's best for the country. That's why half of the country does not like him, because they are being exposed. They're going to be, a lot of them will be financially ruined because they have been stealing from us, the taxpayers. That ace is also about the sword of truth. This is coming about in divine timing. There are 6 little teardrops hanging under that. 6 is a number for prosperity and abundance. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. We got to deal with some crapola in the meantime. No big deal. All right, you guys. I just wanted to get a quick video out, let you know that I'm okay. I'll get some more videos out soon, I promise. I know I wanted to do a all 12 signs video. I have just been so busy with people in the real life that I have not been able to deal with you on my video life. And most of you know that follow me that I sincerely send energy, blessings, and prayers to each and every one of you. And I send you love and light. Until we meet again.